Hey guys, welcome back to Tracie's Place. I have been on the go, y'all. So I just wanted to pop in and tell you all what's been going on, give y'all an update because, and thank you to people that check in on me. I appreciate that so much. They're like, okay, just wanted to make sure everything was okay. Notice you hadn't posted in a while. But some people know that I have Instagram and I haven't been active over there. I don't think too much, but pretty decently active on my YouTube Facebook page. So keep up with me there at Tracie's Place over on Facebook. I'll write it down here, but Facebook for Tracie's Place. So I have been having a time, y'all. Hey fam, just a warning, woman's topic is coming up. Something that some people may not care to talk about, but it's something I'm not ashamed to talk about, and I really think we need to talk more about it. I feel bad that we don't, because a lot of young ladies don't know what's coming, and we need to talk more about this subject, and I'll talk about it later on in a more serious manner, but it's just a little lighthearted for now to let you know what's been going on. Miss Minnow, decided to act up. Yes, she did. When your body goes through that change, and a lot of women know what I'm talking about, that change of life, Miss Minnow is not playing with me. And you know, when you are a teenager and you're coming into womanhood, you know, you start your cycle and, you know, you may get cramps and, you know, different things may go on. Usually it's not terrible, but you know, you have your visitor once a month and things that go along with it, but it's usually not horrible for most people. And Miss Minnow can be the same way. She can be not a problem for a lot of people, or she can be a problem for people. And Miss Minnow has been kicking and screaming. She leaving here kicking and screaming. I'm like, would you just leave me alone? And she ain't going peacefully. She is not going peacefully. Put me on my back, y'all. And I'm going to be discussing that because that's something we don't talk about a lot as women, but I want to talk about that because a lot of you, like, I heard about it growing up, but never, and I know my mom went through it, and I really don't remember that because I was probably a teenager at the time and was just caught up in Tracie. But my sisters probably remember more than I do, and I know one of my sisters did say she remember, you know, mama went through that stage, but she didn't talk about it, not to me anyway. So I made sure that I talked to my daughter about it. And ladies, if you're going through it, please let your daughters know because it will sneak up on you. I had heard about it all my life, just like most people. And, you know, it's almost a joke to where women, you know, they talk about they be so hot and they fanning all the time. You notice them in church or in odd places and they fanning all the time. And then you can stand in front of the freezer. All of those type of things. It is real. It is real. So, you know, there's so many symptoms that come along with it. Not everybody goes through menopause in a bad way. Some people, it's an average thing. It's just like, ooh, they get it a little bit and then it's gone. And some people, Miss Minnow just wants to act ugly. And I have not been having the best time with her. Me and her have been fighting. So anyway, one of the symptoms is, y'all, you can get flu-like symptoms and a whole bunch of other symptoms. Like I said, I do want to address that on the channel, so I will be talking about that coming up because the way it snuck up on me, and sometimes when it comes up on you, you be thinking other things are wrong, and it's not. It's Miss Minnow. It's Miss Minnow acting, starting to rear her ugly head. I do not like this auto shut off in the car, so I'll turn it off a lot. But yeah. But anyway, that got me twice. And one time I was laid out for a few days, and then the next time, just maybe like a day or so. But other things have been going on, and if you don't eat right, and if you're not even, exercising, getting the right nutrients or supplements in, that can take you down even quicker. So try to take care of yourself. And then sleeping. Oh my goodness, it bothers your sleep patterns. I have never been a bad sleeper. Well, I won't say never, because I used to hate to go to sleep, and that was not my mama's favorite thing when I was little. I'm like, I can't go to sleep. She was so patient with me. Oh my goodness. But anyway, through my adult years, I have never had a problem sleeping. I love to sleep. But Miss Minnow, she don't want me to sleep. So anyway, I'm going to be talking about that, like I said. But anyway, so she had me going. She had me down. And then so many other things have been going on. We're getting ready for graduation. Isaiah's graduating. And I'm so happy for him, because he is just really, at first was kind of, concerned. Like, okay, trying to build a fire up under him, because he's more laid back, and you don't always know what he's thinking, and what he's not real talkative, and y'all know that, not super emotional and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to know what page he's on. But he has started getting excited, so we know where he's going to college. And we've been, and he got his own room assignment and his roommate himself. I was like, what? So did that, and we've been applying to scholarship applications. That is a doozy. And a lot of those scholarships, y'all, they're not hard to fill out. They take a little time and patience, but anybody could do it. Anybody can do it and get a scholarship. Some of them are need-based, and some of them are academic-based scholarships. And basically, you just have to have your transcripts. You may have to write an essay. Some of them you do have to have your they want to see your taxes on to see what you make if you qualify. And that's if it is a need-based scholarship. And then let's see what else. Transcripts from high school. They want to a lot of times know your SAT scores. You have to answer some questions on the form, the scholarship form, and some of them have interviews. Like Isaiah had an interview this past Saturday for a scholarship, and then we had to do, and it's just working around your schedule. If you're busy, sometimes it can be taxing. But there's been a couple late nights, of course. Like last night was fairly late. I think we stayed up to like 12:15, 12:30. Getting a scholarship in about 12:15, because I went to bed like right after. We had to get it in by midnight. It had to be uploaded by a certain date, and we were on the date because we had just found out about the scholarship the day before. And the day before, we were working on another scholarship, trying to get it in by that night. So some of them you fill out on paper, and you have all your stuff, and you send it in a packet. And some applications you can do online. So just look around on the internet for scholarships. Check with your child's school. Check with organizations, your church. Ask around. And plenty of people know. You might have people that are in school administration. They may give you scholarships or point you towards scholarships. There are so many out there, y'all. So many. There's so much money available, and some of it never gets tapped into. And then my thing was, I didn't want my kids to be burdened with loan debt afterwards. And we didn't have the fund because we couldn't afford it when they were coming up to put money aside for college and stuff. And that's just being honest, we didn't. And now we have obligations and things to contribute to and pay for. So their school debt is their school debt. But we as parents want to make sure we point them towards the right direction and do as much as we can for them to help them through the process before, during, and after. And that is one thing we have made sure that we did. And I think Jordan had some school debt, but he was able to get the forgiveness. They had like the loan forgiveness, so he was able to do that. So that worked for him. And then we didn't know about the scholarships like we knew about when Jalen came along, because they're 8 years apart. Jordan and Jalen are 8 years apart. So Jalen came along, and I have a friend that helped me, point me in the directions of scholarships and stuff. And so we knew how to do it with Jalen. We found that out, learned that process, and so we were able to do it with Isaiah too. So just thankful for that. But yeah, it's the scholarship process is not horrible at all. Just get it done. It's a lot of money out there, y'all, but it's so worth it, because as a lot of you all know who have been with me, Jalen went through her college debt free. She was debt free when she came out. We just thank God for that. But it was due to scholarships. So they take a little time, but once you get the hang of it, and Isaiah has been getting the hang of it, and he's been doing I'm like, okay, Isaiah. So been doing that, and he's been checking on himself, making sure all his ducks are in a row for graduation. I'm pulling up to the post office now, but making sure all his ducks are in a row for graduation. We actually have a graduate check-in tonight at his school, and I don't think I have to go, thank the Lord, because I've called his counselor, I think it was last week and a half ago, just to make sure he was on point with all his credits and stuff. He was like, Isaiah's doing good. He said Isaiah is above bar on what a lot of students are doing. He said there was something he's supposed to have one of. He said Isaiah got 3, and certain kind of credits or a certain badge or something, and then you have to have a certain amount of credits, and Isaiah's above that, and he has a real good ranking in his graduate class, and so he's doing very well, and just being proactive and starting to be a self-starter. I'm like, yes, because you be nervous about some of them. But he's doing well. He's a quiet one, but Isaiah's quiet, but he watches people and he listens to what people say, and he's a people watcher, and he learns a lot about you by the things he see you say, don't say, whatever. So but he pays attention, and he got his own little vibe going on, and I'm just you want to see your children doing well. So I'm just excited about the college thing coming up for him. And me and my husband, I was telling my daughter, I'm like, I'm getting my popcorn out. I want to see what's gonna go on with Mr. Isaiah. I'm getting my little popcorn out like it's a movie, and just gonna be like, okay, I'm ready for the show. I want to see what the child does. But we're expecting great things, and we're excited about that. But it's a lot, because we have to get his pictures taken. He has an academic signing coming up for signing on for college academically. A lot of stuff we've done, with Jalen and Jordan already as well. But he has senior reflections coming up. So just all that stuff that's coming. We got to get his graduation tickets. We have a big family on both sides, so we have to make sure we get enough tickets. And they only give you a certain amount, so we have to see if there's some other students that might just have like mom and dad and 2 grandparents coming, and see if we can have their tickets or whatever. Let's see what else. It was tax time. Tax time. I was up late doing my business taxes are a bear to deal with. And then, we had our regular taxes, but those were not bad. But those business taxes, oh my goodness, if you don't keep up with them. And I am going to be doing quarterly, estimated taxes, where I pay every quarter, because we went to get them done. Oh my goodness. And every time, since my business has been going here decently lately, and it's like, you want to see what you're going to get back. Most time when you got a business you owe. Me and my husband be like, so I'm actually doing that now, sending my business taxes off that I owe. And let's see what else. My aunt passed away, y'all. My aunt Amy, a lot of you all remember me talking about her. She is the one that gave me the lemon lush recipe. She passed away. She's a good 96 years old, blessed. And so we went up for the funeral to Cleveland, my hometown. Me, my sister, my nephew and his daughter. We went and just enjoyed being with the family, enjoyed reminiscing and all that good stuff. Just seeing, you know, Cleveland is just, that's home. Like I said, I didn't live there a long time because we were 3 when we moved down here, but all of my family, like my aunts and uncles and cousins, most of us were there. And Cleveland was the place we went back most of the time to visit after we left. When we moved away, we went to Mississippi, and you know, we would see some of my other aunts and cousins sometimes, but not as much as the ones in Cleveland, because Cleveland's only like 3.5, 4 hours away. So anyway, and my aunt's homegoing services were like right in the middle of tax time, so I was getting my taxes together. And then when we found out when her services were going to be, we went to her services, and then I had to come back home, and that night I had to finish up my taxes. I was up late, and then we had a tax appointment the next day. Did that. Then I had an usher board meeting that next day, so I had to prepare for that because I'm over the usher board, so I had to get all my little notes and meeting minutes together and all that stuff, and things I needed to pass out, stuff we needed to do. So did that, and just everything. That's one reason why I have not been active in, you know, publishing videos. I'm so sorry. I meant to put that in the community area, and I did not. I apologize. I'm so sorry. And like I said, thank you for reaching out, for those of you who did. But I'm going to get back on my little video grind and get them out to you. So but just thank you and appreciate you all for watching. I love you all. And yeah, I think that's about it for now. Just wanted to get y'all up to date on what's going on. Like I said, I'm about to get in here and mail off my taxes, and gonna try to take better care of myself because Miss Minnow is not playing with me. And seems like there's something else going. Oh, me and Jalen are doing something today with Isaiah, and if it comes off good, I will make a video about it. Okay, I'll make a video about it. But and then one thing I did want to say too is sometimes you are waiting on the big thing. You waiting on the big thing from God. And what I mean is sometimes we are just in a season of life where whatever it is that's going on, you just in a season, whether it's a steady, ain't nothing going on season, or it's a busy season, or whatever it is. But you are wanting like this big thing from God. It seems like everybody's in this anticipation of this big thing from God. And I was there. Like last month, I was talking to a girlfriend, almost basically complaining to a girlfriend, like, I don't hear, because you know, you hear from the Lord at certain times, and if you hear from him regularly, or you're used to being, you know, in the feeling of him being present, and you're hearing from him and stuff, a lot of times then if you go through a period where you don't, it's like, hey, something's going, and then you see other people, you know, big things are happening with them, and you know, you're like, hey Lord, hey, what's going on with me? And sometimes, y'all, what's going on with you is just what's supposed to be going on with you. God wants us to, as well as there are sometimes big blessings he has in our lives, and sometimes big things going on with us business wise or whatever. But sometimes he just wants us to be. Sometimes he's okay with us just being. And we have to be okay with us just being. Sometimes it's just, you're going to have just a regular life. I was just expecting, for some reason, expecting something big going on in my life, or wanting something big. And just to interrupt for a second, last month, I should have been taking care of my health. And I think that's what God wanted me to focus on. And I got laid on my back for a few days. I'm like, whatever I wanted going on, it wasn't going on. And my friend was telling me to make sure you're working on just your relationship with God. Not always just you hearing from him, but you establishing your part of the relationship with him. Sometimes we just expect to hear from God, and God to do this, and God to show us that, and God, blah, 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 blah. And we don't work on our part of the relationship with God, just communing with him, praising him, being and studying the word and stuff like that. And I have to admit, sometimes you know so much, and sometimes you get into a season of life where you just almost forget some things. And I get, boop, and I'm expecting this, expecting that, and I had to realize what she said. Yes, I got to work on my end of the relationship with God, you know. So, and then sometimes your life is just gonna be. He wants you to live your life. He wants you to be a good citizen in your community, in your church. Work on your relationship with others, being kind to others, and y'all minding your business. Just minding your business. There is somewhere, and I'll have to write that scripture down here. God wants you to mind your own business. And if you mind your own business and you're not sticking your nose everywhere else and concerned with everybody else's goings on, y'all, you'll have enough to deal with. You will have enough to deal with. And yeah, enough on your plate. So sometimes when you're, you know, you just wanting to hear from God, and you just wanting just something big to happen, just kind of remember, what are you doing on your end also? And sometimes just pay attention to what you're supposed to be doing in your life, whether it's paying attention to your husband, you know, being good with your marital relationship, being good with your children, your motherly child relationship with each one of your children. And is your house in order? You know, is your house clean? It could be simple things like that. Clean your house. You know, just get your things in order. Are you organized? You know, are you doing what you're supposed to do daily? Are you paying attention to your health? I fell off, you know, on that. I'm up and down with that all the time, as many of y'all know. Eating right, not eating right. And just, so, you know, getting into a routine. And all the time, we're not going to be able to keep it. I have to admit that. I just want to encourage y'all that sometimes that's not, to encourage y'all not to get down on yourselves, because sometimes that's going to happen. That happens with me a lot. I'll make out my schedule and, you know, all that, and then surprise things happen to me. It seems like all the time. And I tell my husband, I can't, it happened again, and oh, we got to go here, and oh, this person needs that, and I got to do this, and Isaiah needs that, and we got to go here. And just stay on course as much as you can. Let God do the rest. Meaning, don't worry about it. Because I don't worry. I don't think too much about it, but it gets on my nerve. So that's worrisome, and that's stressful to me. You know, not being able sometimes to keep my schedule like I planned it out. So just do those things that you need to do. It might be 3 things that you need to do that day. Concentrate on doing those 3 things. I have like 10 and 20 things on my list. I kid you not, like on an ongoing basis. But I have to learn to be content with doing the things that I need to get done, as opposed to the things that I want to get done. So I'm working on that. But anyway, just want to encourage y'all in that today. I love y'all so much. Stick with me. It's a lot going on, so I'll try to bring y'all along. And like I said, a lot was going on with Isaiah. He's back in baseball now. Baseball season has started. So, and then all the graduation stuff is going on, and they got to prepare for the graduation party. I got to plan it. Look to see what he needs going off to college. Just a lot of stuff, y'all. A lot of stuff. So anyway, love y'all. Comment down below. Let me know how y'all are doing. I love to correspond, just, you know, talk back and forth with y'all in the comments. Let me know what y'all are going through. Are y'all busy? Are y'all in just like a steady season? Or, you know, what's going on with y'all? All right. Love you. Take care. Be blessed. And I'll see y'all next time right back here on Tracie's Place. Bye.